plant would have been in an area called Elk Ranch. And the group of people who had become involved with all of this decided not to just say no to the sewage treatment plant, but to try to come up with some solutions. And that's when we got started on a huge project, which involved, well, there was funding from the EPA at that time, about $385,000, to actually study the lines and the whole situation in Eureka Springs. And we just had so many people involved at that time. There was the people who were involved on the Community Action Committee that met weekly. There were high school students who were partnered with an adult 20 teams that went around and gave out questionnaires and mapped all the sewer lines or not sewer lines in Eureka Springs. And we're able to document that 68,000 out of 7,000 feet of sewer line was leaking.
Wow.
That was the beginning.
Well, my beginning involvement as an adult with water issues was very similar to Barbara's. I moved to Fayetteville in 1974 and soon got involved with the League of Women Voters. And from about January of 1980 through the end of 1983, I served on a Citizens Advisory Committee on Wastewater Treatment, representing the League of Women Voters on that committee. And we met almost every week. A citizens group, we met with engineers, we met with wastewater plant operators, we met with environmental people, and so on and so forth. What had happened at that point was that the original East Side plant, what's now the Paul Mellon plant, was near capacity. And the question was, what do we do? If Fayetteville continues to grow as it is, we're not going to have the capacity to treat all the sewage that's coming in. And I believe that we also used some funding from the EPA for meetings of that committee. But we considered an enormous number of alternatives. At that point, what we were doing, Fayetteville straddles two watersheds, the Illinois River and the White River, which goes into Beaver Lake, our water supply. And we were discharging into the White River. We thought, well, maybe we should take it out of our drinking water source altogether and pump it over the mountain into the Arkansas River. That was one of the proposed solutions that we considered at that time. What we finally ended up doing after studying an enormous number of issues and possibilities and learning a lot about both the chemistry and the biology and the physics of wastewater treatment was to recommend a split flow, where we would take the wastewater from the Illinois Rivershed and treat it in the Illinois Rivershed instead of pumping it into the White.